Hello and welcome back to the Respect Anthem edition of AEW Dynamite Out of 10, and there's a lot happening on this week's show. We've got some dream matches on the card, such as Ospreay against Shibata, as well as much more. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. And we did start off with that, as aforementioned, dream match, Ospreay against Shibata. Ospreay session just kicked off the show. AEW played the highlights of their last encounter 7 years ago in Japan as they locked up. They played it safe for a few minutes. They had some nice technical exchanges, but never tried to go too quickly. They did a good job progressively picking up the pace as they began integrating bigger moves into the match. They also made it feel like they went from a standard exhibition to a personal battle. Both men gave the fans their money worth with this one. Even this one, they made a noticeable mistake. Shibata made it look like intentional by transitioning into a submission. Even the announcers sounded surprised by how good this was at time. After both men came close to winning several times, Ospreay got the victory with a hidden blade and bowed to show respect, and so did Shibata. Brilliant match. Ospreay getting the win obviously makes sense, but Shibata also comes across looking like a badass, just competing with the likes of Ospreay. So yeah, this really works. Brilliant win for Ospreay. Great stuff. 7 out of 10. Before it's time for the Young Bucks against Private Party, last turn these two met in a match. Quen and Cassidy scored an upset win, so Bucks were looking to ensure this wasn't a repeat. Matt and Cassidy scored for their teams at the beginning, and they had a tense exchange that led to some pie facing as they started. The Bucks continued playing out their heel persona, so Quen and Cassidy defaulted to babyface roles, even though they've been heels recently. The match had a lot of great spots, but it fell into the trap AEW tag matches often fall into, relying too much on double slots to the point that it felt like tag matches were meaningless to a certain point. Several near falls were teased and made it look like Private Party may win before Quen missed the 630 and was taken down by a dirty looking EVP trigger. So yeah, I thought it was a fun match on the whole. Gets 7 out of 10 from me. Just kind of that one criticism, but I think the Young Bucks did really good and obviously going to be one of the favourites for retaining their shot. But moving on into Statlander versus Sky Blue versus Anna Jay versus Winner the Nightingale with Mercedes Moné on commentary. The match was all high energy from the jump and gave four competitors individual moments to stand out, even during the picture-in-picture section. Mercedes seemed most focused on Stat and Nightingale as she watched on, which may seem to have been a bit telegraphed given the outcome. As soon as it was over, Julia Hart attacked Widow from behind with the title belt. This was a decent match with a couple of standout moments, but it had some pacing issues in certain areas, and it kept being as exciting as it could be. But yeah, for what it was, I thought it was pretty okay. And Jet gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, the right result, obviously Nightingale and Monet, that was kind of always going to be the direction they go down with their history. So yeah, for me, makes total sense. Before it's time for the Best Friends versus the Undisputed Kingdom, Taven and Bennett already hold the RH tag titles, but they're looking to add more gold, so taking on Cassidy and Beretta made sense in the tournament. Surprisingly, OC was the aggressor at first and went right after Taven. Both of these show favour a slightly quicker pace, so they packed a lot into this. Cassidy was showing a lot more emotion than the usual, which had been a bit of a trend since he lost the title to Strong. Even though this match had plenty of moments when it was easy to forget who the legal was, just like we saw during Punk's versus Private Party, it felt less jarring in this match. Hard to explain why, but it's just kind of those who manage the spots better. Roddy and Chuck E.T. both got involved, but Beretta and Cassidy were able to get the win and advance in the tournament. So yeah, gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I think the right result, and yeah, big win for Best Friends, and I think they're kind of more suited to progressive advance into the tournament. Before it's time for Takoshi against Strickland, and yeah, as usual, Don Callis was there by his client's side. Swerve extended a hand and the Big T shook it, but neither wanted to let go, so it turned into a struggle that led to an exchange of submissions. Takeshita had a bit of a power and height advantage, but not nearly enough to dominate his opponent. It was only enough to overpower him occasionally. There were two guys who built reputations in AEW for putting on great matches every time, with high expectations leading to them on Wednesday. Both competitors did an admirable job making this an entertaining main event. But it's almost impossible for anyone to top what was going on between Ospreay and Shibata. They went into overtime as Takeshita kicked out a first one, but he was unable to kick out the big pressure. Joe gave a quick interview as Swerve celebrated in the ring. So yeah, I think this really worked because we got obviously the build towards that match, highly anticipated one that we're undoubtedly going to see at some point soon. But we also got a really fun match between these two. So yeah, I thought this worked really nicely, like I say, and gets 7 out of 10 from me. Overall, AEW Dynamite gets 7 out of 10 from me. I thought, a really good episode of Dynamite, some brilliant matches on the card, first and last match specifically, and on the whole, lots of interesting storylines, especially when it comes to like Mercedes Moné and what's going on with her and stuff like that. So yeah, on the whole, I thought it was a really strong episode of Dynamite this week and gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.